So recently, I had the opportunity to do a webinar with the Special Operations Transition Foundation, which, to give them a plug, great group. And if you are in the special operations community and you are transitioning out of the military, then that would be a great group for you to be in contact with. But while we were doing the webinar, a question came up, and it's a question that I get with almost everybody I talk to. And I realized that there's not much information out there for it. And because some of it is actually non-existent, so that's probably why there's no information for it. But I do get this question quite a bit. So the question was about loans and financing for veterans. So there is a misconception that there are veteran only like business loans or something, or a business loan through the VA. Well, there's not. Unfortunately, there's not. We know there's the VA loan, which is for a mortgage for a house, but not for a business. So even with SBA, there's no actual VA or veteran loan option. What the SBA does is there is a kind of a priority list. And if you're a veteran, you get moved to the top of that priority list so that you can expedite through that process a little bit faster, right? So, but you still have to have the same requirements or meet the same requirements for the loan that anyone else would. So normally you're going to do a 20% down for that SBA loan, credit requirements, stuff like that. So you'd still have those same requirements that you have to meet to be to get approved for the loan. It's just you get pushed to the front of the line. My only thing is, so what you need to do on the loan or financing side is finding, so you're not mixed into everybody in Joe Schmo. You find a bank that is more veteran friendly. So a more veteran friendly bank where you might be getting more of a conventional loan might help you. And again, we would talk to a financial expert or advisor that works on loans and mainly business loans to get the correct information. So, but so one of the banks that I work with is more veteran friendly, and they have a rep. She was a veteran. The president or CEO of their bank is a veteran. So they tend to make a little bit more concessions, or might change the requirements or not change the requirements on the agreements or something to help that veteran get approved for that loan. So so that might be your only real option. If you go to one of the normal banks, you go to Bank of America or something down the street, you're probably going to be mixed into the same group of people with everyone else. So they're going to require you to still have the same thing. So your best bet is to find that veteran friendly bank, which might be a smaller bank in your town, or it might be, something like the bank that I work with, right? So, so we look at a franchise, I would probably have you talk to them. The other thing that people sometimes don't realize is that the TSP is also seen as a 401k. So there are 401k rollovers that some of these financial institutions do. So, for example, you're an executive retiring or getting out of that line of work or laid off, and now you have a change of career. They use that 401k to roll over into the business, or they borrow from their 401k, something like that. In this case, you can do that without having tax penalties. The TSP is seen just as a 401k. So if you've been saving in your TSP for the last 20 years, you don't necessarily have to wait until you're 60 or 65 to take it out, whatever the age range is. You can actually take that and they have a way of rolling that over into the business or borrowing from it without taking those tax penalties. Again, you'd have to talk to a financial person that actually handles that type of stuff, but they can do things like that. So if you have any other questions, I hope this was helpful. If you have any other questions, please feel free to contact me and I'd be glad to help.